Welcome to another edition of Walton Entertainment. Today we'll have more news, information, and entertainment from your local hometown.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff, the Executive Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And I just wanted to share with you a little bit about what Rick Baker and I have been doing with the partnership during this coronavirus situation that we've all been faced with. We have been taking our Mondays and Thursdays, working here at the Fish for Kids building, and we have also been delivering meals to the kids. So when you see us out in the community delivering the meals to the kids, you may think, where does this food come from? It doesn't just magically appear. There are lots of moving parts that take place to make this happen. We have board members that volunteer with Fish, and you're going to meet a couple of those in just a minute. And Cindy Little, which she's not here today, but I know all of you in Walton County know Cindy Little. She is a big hero of Walton County because without her, none of this would be possible. So we're going to walk through and kind of see what it takes for those meals to happen each day. And I'll let the ladies give you some numbers about how many meals we fix each day and how many we deliver to make sure these kids are fed each day during this coronavirus outbreak. So my wish for your family and for all the families of Walton County is that you stay safe. And I know Friday some of the restrictions are lifted, but my advice to you, you know your situation, and you have to make that decision for you and your family. And please stay safe and stay well. So let's walk around and see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you to Summer Hill. She's the brains behind this operation. So I'll let Summer tell you about how she keeps us all in line. And she has a hard time doing that because we're all over the place, but she rallies the troops and gets us all back together. So Summer, tell us a little bit about how you keep everybody organized and how many, I know the counts change each day because during the summer, the schools have been helping with the lunches, but I understand that may change. You know, we're unsure day to day, but I think now we know that they're not going to have funding to help throughout the summer.
Right.
So what are our numbers as of today?
As of today, we do 3,126 lunches twice a week, and we do 9,378 every week.
Okay. All right, so we started this adventure on
March 15th, 16th.
Yeah, and so that was the day that the schools were,
That was
the
the
kids
Monday.
actually got out of school. We didn't miss a beat, I think. And thanks to a lot of other people, we have several volunteers. We do make sure that they're spaced appropriately, and we have so many wonderful volunteers in the community that want to come out and help, but they are required to sign up online through the Fish website. And everybody is wonderful, and they want to come out and help in any way. And if you're not able to physically come volunteer, they would like for you, if you're able, to make a financial donation. You can do that online, or you can mail in a check, and we'll let some of our board members in just a minute tell you how to do that. So, like I said, this is the brains behind this Fish for Kids operation, and Summer will be here with us during the summer program, which will begin after we'll move right into the summer program, Fish for Kids summer program. So thank you for all that you have done.
Thank you.
Great success. So
Thank
we'll
you.
move on.
And smile.
So now we have two Fish board members, Dessa Morris, Julie Cohen, and they have been instrumental in helping get this afloat every day. They've been here every day, hard working, helping Summer get this moving parts every day. So I'm going to let Dessa tell you about what she has been very helpful with, and then I'll let Julie pick up where Dessa is.
Hi, I'm Dessa Morris. I do serve on the FISH Executive Committee, and I represent St. Anna's Catholic Church. And I have been working on raising the funds we needed for this expanded Fish for Kids 2020. It costs us about $10,000 a week to supply lunches, and the good news is that we're less than $50,000 short of what we need to feed these children till the end of the summer. So we're trying to raise that $120 at a time, because that's how much we figured out it takes to feed one child all summer and provide them a hygiene kit. So we've been feeding children since March 16th. We'll go through the end of the summer, and we're just a little bit short on our funding. So first of all, we need your prayers, we need your volunteers, and if you're led, we need your funding. But speaking of volunteers, we have Julie Cohen, and she's going to talk to us about that.
Come here. Hi, I'm Julie Cohen. I am on the board of the FISH Executive Committee, and I also represent Monroe First Methodist Church. And during this time, I've mostly been helping make sure we have enough volunteers, helping sure the volunteers know what we do, because it's a little different than what we usually do in the summer. And I also call myself the bouncer, because I wait at the door and make sure that we keep our volunteers to 20, which is 10 in each room, so that we can observe social distancing as best as possible. And we're always looking for volunteers, and we would love for you to sign up on our website, on the Facebook page. It's really fun, and we get done really fast, and it's just an incredible thing that we can be doing to serve the Lord by serving these children.
Okay, so I'm also excited today because I have some of our very own students here today. Our youth at Walton Youth Advocacy Board students here today.
Yes, ma'am.
And they come to volunteer, and they came to bring masks that they made with their very own hands to distribute to the volunteers. So show us some of the masks that you all made.
This one.
And this is a project.
We didn't personally, but Miss Finn, she made a bunch of these masks for us, and for the fish.
Yes, I know that Tish Finn, your director,
Yes, ma'am.
and Miss Nancy Curry, one of our board members' wives, made some of the masks, and several other board members.
We did make
pitched
some,
in, yeah.
and the ones that we made went to the vet office. I believe this is all 4 of them. We got this one, and these 2. And there's probably, I would say like 10 of each, 10 of each of these in here.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you.
Yes,
so this
ma'am.
is what y'all have been doing
Yes, ma'am.
while you're at home. Okay, well, thank you, and thank you for donating your time to give back to the community.
Yes, ma'am. It's no problem.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so if you have any questions for us at the partnership or for FISH, you can always call us at our office. You can reach me at 770-207-3175. Thank you for watching.
Creative artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist, they'll put you in the spotlight. You're watching Walton Entertainment.
Monroe Country Day School's mission is to inspire every student to have a passion for academic and personal excellence through creative learning, independent thinking, and selfless service to others. Students are exposed to the local community and provided opportunities for independent thinking.
What will you do with all the dirt?
Some of the dirt you see has been hauled over here because they're going to have to build the finished floor, the elevation of the building, so that it's got to have the right kind of soil that will compact and tighten up for the footings of the building.
Monroe Country Day School values the whole child. Therefore, we believe in a holistic and integrated approach that involves the development of the student academically, personally, and socially. Monroe Country Day School believes that creative learning produces independent thinking and fosters a love of learning. Excellence is applied to all that we do. We strive to foster students that are pursuing strong academic and personal excellence. Project-based education is integrated into our curriculum.
When we go back in the classroom, we need the combined weight of you guys because we've got to figure our our mass bridge weight ratio, okay? You got to figure out how much weight it was that finally broke your bridge, okay?
We need a scale for that.
And then on Monday, we're going to redesign. We figured out where some of our flaws are. We're going to spend another week redesigning, all right?
Monroe Country Day School offers personalized education that begins with the personal knowledge of each student academically and each student's personal story. We believe that taking personal responsibilities for one's academic and personal choices produces strong, independent, capable, and confident citizens. Students are taught responsibility for self, peers, and community. Through service to one's peers and community, an equipped leader finds personal growth and fulfillment. We facilitate this leadership through providing experiences of service. Respect is the basis for good dialogue, independent thinking, and mutual enjoyment of life lived in community. Monroe Country Day School is designed for families who see the value of educating the whole child. Monroe Country Day School will reach its mission by maintaining small class sizes, offering project-based learning and a high-level curriculum, and by providing service opportunities in an aesthetically pleasing environment. Monroe Country Day School has positioned itself to produce a community of young people who are strong in mind and character and living as contributing members in their community. For more information, please contact Mandy Wellington, Admissions Director, at 770-267-8955.
Hi, I'm getting ready to read you a story. This one is called Ladybug Girl. The author is David Simon and Jackie Davis. Let's read. Ladybug Girl by David Simon and Jackie Davis. Let's read. I'm Ladybug Girl, says Lulu, zipping into the kitchen. She slips into the chair next to her brother. Did you know that ladybugs eat bugs? Yes, he says. Everyone knows that. After breakfast, Mama says, Papa and I have work to do around the house. You'll have to figure out your own fun time, okay? How am I ever going to do that?" asked Lulu. "You can do anything, Lulu. You're Ladybug Girl." Lulu runs after her brother. "Where are you going?" "I'm playing baseball with Sam and Max." "Can I play too?" she asked. "No, you're too little," he snorts. "And bugs don't play baseball." With a sigh, Lulu wanders through the house. Bingo follows. "There's nothing to do." In the living room, there's a wall of books. Lulu can't read yet, but she knows her letters. She finds a lot of L's. More than 59, she thinks. Then she waters her avocado plant. She takes out her ruler to measure if it's grown. Some days it just doesn't seem to be getting any bigger. When Bingo gives Lulu the look, it's time to go outside. In the backyard, the grass smells sweet and is sparkly with dew. While Bingo snuffles about, Lulu discovers a line of ants marching over a rock. "Is that rock in your way, ants? It's much too big for you to move, isn't it?" she says. "I can help you. I'm Ladybug Girl." Ladybug Girl easily lifts the rock over her head and tosses it aside. Nothing can stop the ants now. "Come on, Bingo," she says. "Ladybug Girl has things to do." She runs across the yard to the pond. Her brother calls it a puddle, but she knows it's big. So big she can see trees and sky inside the water. There might even be a shark in the deep part. Ladybug Girl jumps in anyway. Her next stop is the old crumbly stone wall. It definitely needs her help. She picks up the fallen rocks and puts them back on top. Now the wall is bigger and better than before. It's the perfect fort. Even the toppled over tree at the back of the yard can't stop her. Its roots look like angry snakes, but Ladybug Girl skips all the way down its trunk, not falling even once. She jumps down and lands with a bow. "Ta-da!" she says. Bingo wags his tail. All of a sudden, Lulu hears the crack of a baseball bat. She whirls around and sees a ball bouncing toward her. "Hey!" her brother yells. "Throw it over here!" She picks up the ball and throws it. But somehow it lands near her feet. "Please, can I play with you now?" she asks when her brother runs over. "No," he says, "I already told you. You're too little." He grabs the ball and runs back to his game. Lulu glares after him. Lulu lies down, feeling the warm sun on her cheeks. She knows she isn't too little. She thinks of the 59 letter L's she found and how she saved the ants. She wasn't afraid of the shark at all. She built the perfect fort. And she balanced across the whole tree without falling, all by herself. From out of nowhere, a gust of wind swirls the air with leaves. She jumps up to chase them. Ladybug Girl can catch leaves in mid-air. Ladybug Girl is definitely not little, she yells into the wind. Lulu runs up the hill to the apple tree and lifts herself onto a branch. She can see her brother and his friends playing baseball and hears them arguing. It doesn't really look like that much fun after all. Not the kind of fun Ladybug Girl has. She holds her thumb and index finger a bit apart and squints through them. She can fit her brother and all of his friends between those two fingers. "I'm not little," she says. "You're little." Lulu sits for a moment, listening to the singing sparrows and the squawky blue jays. When she hears Mama calling, she swings down and says, "Come on, Bingo, let's go inside and tell Mama and Papa about our morning." Feeling as big as the whole outdoors, Lulu stretches out her arms and flies down the hill with their wings bobbing behind her. The end. Thank you for reading Ladybug Girl with me. And if you like this story, David Simon and Jackie Davis have written other ladybug adventures.
Growing up in the South, I knew the value of that summer garden. A lot of us have busy lives now and can't have a garden. So if you don't want to eat out of a can, you either go pick it yourself at a farm, or you can take a short drive to the Crow's Nest.
Well, the Crow's Nest started on a whim. We decided that this end of town needed a little produce, and there are several farmers out here that we buy local from, and we just decided to come closer to them. And Kim Crow, who owns the Crow's store next door, was gracious enough to rent this for us, and we got started 4 years ago. Well, we carry a a lot of seasonal, which is your local squash, zucchini, tomatoes, okra, beans, and cantaloupe, watermelons. Anything that we can find that's local, we'll get.
What really took me back was the smell. When you walk in this place, it is delicious to your nose. All of the fruits and the vegetables mixed together, it is amazing. Then when you walk through here, you see all this fresh produce, the fresh vegetables and the fresh fruit. It is amazing. I loaded up with some sweet corn and it was delicious. I'll definitely go back. This is a great place. I recommend.
The difference is freshness, and we strive to have the freshest produce in town.
We go to the market about every other day to get fresh.
Correct. And we get it local from our farmers. And the freshness has a better taste because grocery stores shelf, and that takes all the vitamins and the freshness out of it. So buying local is the best way to go. The dog is our mascot, and she's here every day. We have a lot of customers that really come to see her, not us. Her name is Raya.
Well, Mid-Georgia Soaring has been here on this field at Monroe for over 50 years, so we consider ourselves part of the Monroe community. We appreciate the support of the city government. We share the field with skydivers and other general aviation aircraft. We have a 4-aircraft club of club aircraft, 2 two-seaters, 2 single-seaters, and we have a number of privately owned ships as well. We offer instruction for some pilots to get their glider ratings and check out new members. And we have a lot of fun out here. You know, it's all aviation, and we are licensed by the FAA. Our aircraft are registered by the FAA, so safety is very, very important to everything we do. So we treat this with a lot of respect and courtesy with the other airfield users, and we try to teach those habits and good procedures all through this. So that's really it in a nutshell. We're getting ready to go fly. And I've got a number of students myself today that we're all working on to achieve our training goals. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and the public is welcome to come out sometime and take a look at what we do. And again, we just want to be good neighbors here at Monroe.
I couldn't really tell you why. I've always wanted to fly. I'm in a adventure kind of person where it's mountain climbing or scuba diving, but flying was always the ultimate to me, just because it seems like something. This is what birds do and eagles do, and that men can do it is kind of amazing. So when I was in college in my 20s, my parents would give me food so I could eat, and I gave every bit of the money to the local flight school that's in College Park, Maryland. So I had bagels and cream cheese, to eat for years. And I got my pilot's license by fixed wing, powered engine airplane when I was 22. And I've been flying ever since then. I only recently started out with the gliding because it was a new thing to try, and I heard about this group and came out here maybe 3-4 months ago. So I'm in the middle of getting what's called a commercial add-on, my glider rating. So I went up the first time and I thought two things. I thought, one, this isn't going to be that much fun. I mean, it should be less fun with no engine. And number two, you know, how scary is this going to be? You're towed up and they drop you off and you have no engine. That's literally what I thought. I'll go once. I'm probably not going to like it, but I can check it off my list and not worry about it. So I'll tell you, from the time we got dropped off at 3,000 feet, I was shocked. It was the fact that you have no engine. Number one, it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's a whole different experience. The glide ratio, not to get technical, in a fixed wing plane that I fly is 2 to 1, meaning you go 2 feet forward for 1 foot down, or 2 miles forward for 1 mile down. On this plane that you see in the background, it's 34 to 1. I mean, think about that. It's like 15 times better glide ratio. So they drop you off and you don't fall out of the sky. You glide around and then you go up when there's winds and thermals. So literally from the first minute, I was a complete, believer, and I signed up that day for the club, the Mid Georgia Soaring Club, and I've been coming every weekend that I can since. It's really enjoyable.
This is my daughter, Audrey, and her son, Aiden. My daughter was being abused in a relationship that I didn't know about, that she was being abused. But she called me at work, it was a Friday, and she said, he's threatening me, I gotta get out, he's gonna kill me. So she went to my persuasion to get a TPA. She got the restraining order, and being naive and not knowing anything about the legal system and domestic violence and all that, I didn't know that's a piece of paper, pretty much, and so I felt like she's safe now, okay? He can't bother her anymore. Well, that was on a Friday, so she got to live another week. Let me back up, I think. Anyway, it's around that time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, another week. So he started harassing her with phone calls, and the police told her, just to record all this stuff, to keep all these things for your case, a better case. And it got to be more harassing, and she was becoming more afraid. So her and I went to my mother's house to stay because we were afraid that he was going to come around or something. And we were down there hiding out pretty much. And she did that for a week, and her job wanted her to come in. So she did, and they told her, be sure, well, the police told her, we'll be there when you get off of work to make sure you're safe in your car. Well, they had changed her schedule that night and forgot to tell the police. So they were not there when she got off work, but her boss walked her to the car. She got in her car. On her way home, she decided to stop about half a mile away, stop at a gas station. She went in a gas station, paid for her stuff, and went back out to her car, and she decided to look in the back of her car because he had done that before, hiding in the back of her car. So when she saw him in the back of her car, she ran back inside the gas station, and she said, call 911, he's out there, I've got a restraining order, he's not supposed to be there or anything. So I think several people started calling 911. Well, he got out of the car and he went into the gas station, shot her 13 times right in front of everybody. Her baby at the time was 8 months old, staying with me, and because, she was working. thank God the baby was with me. But then I was 55 at the time, and I had to raise a baby. So that was pretty tough, very tough, and had no clue, what was going on. But the good thing is Project Renewal reached out to me. They told me, all these things they could help me with. And I had no idea, because I thought people that had needed to go to a domestic violence shelter just didn't have anywhere to go. That's what I thought it was for, but it's not. It's just a lot more than that, because they helped me know about the legal system, how to handle that, the victims' rights programs. They helped me with the baby stuff, about getting his Social Security, on and on and on. And they got me counseling, and they took me to buy a baby bed for that baby and a potty chair. I mean, it was just, they were wonderful to me, just wonderful.
Welcome to Focus. This segment is an opportunity for us to focus on what matters with people, places, and things. I'm your photographer, Darrell Everidge. Meet Michelle, a wife, a mother who works a full-time job and still has time for a workout regimen that would scare most of us. Michelle started out doing the regular routines we all do, kind of working out at home, but later decided to join a gym. After working out there for a little while, she decided she wanted to step it up. And that's when Michelle was introduced to CrossFit.
Probably about 8 years ago, I decided that I wanted to better myself. So I joined Anytime Fitness. And I just started doing just things here and there, and they offered some classes. So I started doing the classes to learn just basic movements to do to better my health, lose some weight, of course. And I started doing a boot camp class there. And I'd done that for a while, and some spin class. And then I continued on with the boot camp class, and that's where I met Laura, which is Coach Laura here at CrossFit. And I worked out with her for several years prior to joining CrossFit.
This gym opened in 2012, so it's been here for a while. And then we bought it a year ago in August. We took over the ownership, Heather and I. CrossFit's just like a step up from your usual global gym, I guess you could say. It's a better atmosphere. Everybody pushes everybody, encourages everybody. You get your weightlifting and you get your cardio in a mixture of the hour.
It's more of a challenge, because after a little while doing the same things over and over again, it's not really as big of a challenge for your body. And I like the little bit of competition that CrossFit offers. Every day is a different workout. It's never really the same. I mean, you have your basic general movements in every exercise that are similar, but some of the workouts we do are timed. Some of them are just for an amount of reps, and it's just a different type of atmosphere.
Some people are intimidated by the name CrossFit, but anybody can do it. You can scale it any way. So it's just making that transition of your regular gym and your regular workouts to coming in and trying this out and seeing that anybody can do it.
And it's for anybody. It's not for just someone that's been working out for a long time. Anybody can do it. There's a modification for every movement. And then eventually, after you master that one, you move on to another one to get better at it until, you're that person up there doing strict pull-ups, dozens in a row, But it takes time to get there.
Well, he rested at the well side, a comfort in the heat of day. There he waited for a woman, black with sin and bound for hell. When she arrived, he plainly told her, what you need's not in the well. He's still waiting by the well, and he's holding out his hand. If you'll drink this living water, you won't have to thirst again. He's still waiting by the well side, knowing you'd be passing by. Take advantage of this moment. He's not gone, he's still waiting by the well. Are you tired of being thirsty, even though you've had your fill of the water that the world gives? Does it leave you longing still? Well, there's good news down by that well side. A woman's voice rings loud and clear. She said this man's changed her forever. If you need hope, you can find it here. He's still waiting by the well, and he's holding out his hand. If you'll drink this living water, you won't have to thirst again. He's still waiting by the well side, knowing you'd be passing by. Take advantage of this moment. He's not gone, he's still waiting by the well. He's still waiting by the well, and he's holding out his hand. If you'll drink this living water, you won't have to thirst again. He's still waiting by the well side, knowing you'd be passing by. Take advantage of this moment. He's not gone, he's still waiting by the well. He's still waiting by the well side, knowing you'd be passing by. Take advantage of this moment. He's not gone, he's still waiting by the well. He's not gone, he's still waiting by the well.
Hi, this is Miss Laura ready to read to you again today. And this is called The Midnight Unicorn. And the author and illustrator is Neil Reed. That means he wrote the story and he drew the pictures. Come read with me. The Midnight Unicorn. Millie heard the jangling of Casper's leash and put down the clay unicorn she was shaping. "Anywhere special you want to go today?" asked Dad. "The park!" Millie cried, her eyes shining with excitement. "Okay," said Dad. "But wouldn't you like to go somewhere else for a change? Aren't you tired of visiting that same stone statue?" Millie shook her head. She couldn't explain it, but the park, and especially that one statue, were the most important things in the world to her. The park was quiet except for the sound of dry leaves crunching under their feet as Millie led the way down the path. Almost there, almost there, the quick rhythm of her feet seemed to say. One more bend in the path, and there it was, a small stone unicorn, molted with age and weather, slightly mossy around its hooves. "We can't stay too long, Millie," said Dad. "I'll be right over there on the bench if you need me." Millie ran her fingers over the unicorn's closed eyes and gentle mouth. It had the kindest, wisest smile, and she always felt happy when she was nearby. "It's only been a week since I was here, but I've missed you so much," she whispered, stretching on tiptoe to be closer to the unicorn's ear. As Millie pressed her hands against the statue's graceful neck, she felt the stone shiver. Suddenly, the unicorn's hooves lifted off the ground, and he pranced beside her. "You're alive?" she gasped, feeling surprised but not afraid. The unicorn pressed his nose softly against Millie's cheek and then bent his magnificent head so she could climb onto his back. The ground fell away beneath them as he sprang into the sky. Casper bounded after them, barking with joy as his paws left the pavement. Up and up they flew, high over the park and Millie's neighborhood. She kept her eyes shut tight against the rush of wind, and when she opened them, she was amazed to see a bright full moon, a sky suddenly full of stars, and lights twinkling in all the houses below. The town clock struck midnight. As Millie and the unicorn flew over the hills and forests and lakes, dark clouds gathered around them and thunder boomed. "Storm up ahead! We'll have to fly fast to beat it," Millie called out. The unicorn put his head down and charged through the angry clouds. Rain rushed into Millie's face. She could hear Casper whimpering as he galloped close behind them, trying to keep up. "Don't be afraid, Casper," she cried. "We've almost made it." As they blasted through the last bank of clouds, Millie cheered and patted the unicorn's strong neck. He swooped down low over the tops of glistening moonlit mountains so she could run her fingers through the snow. "It's beautiful here," said Millie, "but could we find somewhere warmer now?" The unicorn whinnied softly, and in no time at all, they were gliding through the warm desert night. Millie waved at the sleepy camels far below on the shimmering red sand dunes. "I've never seen the ocean," Millie told the unicorn. "Could we go there too?" The unicorn turned sharply, and soon they were gliding over a sparkling sea. Waves rolled and crashed along the beach, and when Millie looked closely, she could see that there were other unicorns prancing in the foam. The unicorn spiraled down, 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 right into the breakers. Millie laughed as they bucked through the salty spray, racing the others. Casper was panting and falling behind, so Millie gently pulled on the unicorn's mane. He climbed easily into the air and landed on a rainbow where Casper could rest. All alone in the dark sea below them was an island. It was lit by a shaft of golden daylight at the end of the rainbow, and Millie saw that a herd of unicorns waited on the beach. One by one, the unicorns welcomed Millie, nuzzling her neck with their velvety noses. When she had said hello to all of them, her unicorn led her to rocky paths she could explore and crystal clear streams she could drink from. Butterflies and the scent of flowers filled the air. At last, exhausted by all their adventures, Millie, Casper, and the unicorn lay down on the soft grass. Butterfly wings fanned them into a deep, calm sleep. "Wake up, sweetheart, it's time to go home." Millie opened her eyes and looked up at her father. "Were you worried about me, Dad? I was gone all night. The unicorn took me to see the mountains and the desert and the ocean, and..." Dad gave her a hug. "You have a wonderful imagination, Millie, but it was real," she started to say, and then stopped herself. She and Casper and the unicorn knew the truth, and that was all that mattered. "Ready to go now?" asked Dad. "Almost," said Millie. She stood beside the statue and kissed its smooth forehead. "Thank you, my midnight unicorn," she whispered. And as she turned to follow her father down the path, Millie was sure she heard the unicorn whining a soft goodbye. The end.
From outside appearances, this Waffle House looks like any other. But once inside, that'll change once you order your food.
Hash brown on the side, scallop smothered, covered in chunk.
Ron B. Music, the Waffle House cook, here at the Waffle House off of 278 in Covington, Georgia. He's been working with Waffle House on and off for about 20 years.
I got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I got the month of May. Well, I guess you say, what can make me feel this way?
He talks about the way he prepares people's food. Not only is it to order, but it's entertaining.
I like to cook, so I found something that I like to do, and this is a stage to me. So if I get my customers happy, give them a good show, entertain them as I cook, hey, why not?
The customers often sit in awe as Ron sings up the latest tunes, often changing words to hit songs to go with the Waffle House.
First it aggravated me because I couldn't hear him well. But then he got closer and it sounded a whole lot better. But other than that, he just seems to be a pretty decent fella, does his job well, and just sings while he's doing it.
Not only do the customers enjoy what Ron is serving up each day as he cooks the food, but the people that work around Ron say that he makes the environment so nice.
Well, it's definitely not a dull moment. A lot of times when you do hear him sing, you do get a laugh out of it because a lot of the lyrics are pretty funny. And he's pretty laid back, so it does make working here while being on shift with him pretty fun.
Well, I guess I'll have a waffle today, my waffle. Talking about my waffle. Ooh.